Hey friends, Joe here at Reverb, coming at you today with the new Friedman IRJ. A lot of you are familiar with the IRD and the IRX, two different amp-in-a-box pedals, each come equipped with dual channel and tube preamps and a bunch of cab simulations. The IRJ uses the same footprint, and this time with tones derived from Dave Friedman and Jake E. Lee, one of the great guitar heroes famous for his work with Ozzy Osbourne and more. The two fully independent channels are based on Friedman's legendary JEL 100 and JEL 20 Jake E. Lee signature heads, which are rooted in Dave Friedman's modded 800 plexi circuits. They're powered by two 12AX7 preamp tubes and feature 18 Friedman cabinet IRs, with 3 included from the factory and the rest available through the Friedman editor software. Each of the independent channels has their own Tube Screamer style boosts with a dedicated volume and tone knob for each. This is super handy because it essentially allows for 4 completely different tones, all without any menu diving or futzing around on a computer. Like I said earlier, the IRJ uses the same chassis and concept as the IRX and IRD. You've got 2 completely independent channels with their own set of controls and cab sim options. Just like the Friedman flagship amps, Channel 1 goes from a bluesy and British voice clean tone to a richly saturated plexi-style tone when pushed. Channel 2 features the higher gain JEL voice you've heard from the JEL 100 and JEL 20. And this second channel features a 2-position gain switch, with the lower gain option as that classic 800 style preamp you all know and love. All right, let's hear what this thing has to say. Starting on Channel 1, I've got it dialed into kind of a soft breakup situation, EQs all at noon. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take this bright switch from the down position, which is where it just was, to the up position, which is supposed to give kind of a tighter tone. I'm going to give a little more gain here, maybe roll a little bit of treble off. Cool, nice and tight. I like that toggle up position. So there's 3 positions on this bright switch. Middle is disengaged, up is tighter with a high mid boost, and down is fatter, and they recommend using that with a single coil guitar. Let's dive into the boost function. So we've got the boost switch here, and we have a master boost control here. But also, we have a volume and tone control for the boost on the side. You can really dial in how hard you're boosting the preamp on the side and still have master control over the boost. It makes it so that within a channel, you basically have kind of a whole nother set of parameters. You basically kind of have two different channels in one. Let's check it out. So that was the volume, so that the boost control on the side at about noon with the boost master volume around 11 o'clock. Let's try it totally dimed here on the side and see what happens. There you can hear channel 1 dimed out. You can hear how heavy it is, but still cleans up well and has that Friedman articulation, separation of notes. It's a heaviness that works well with polyphony, which is fantastic. Yeah, let's move on to channel 2. This is the Jake E. Lee signature channel, so it's a bit gained up, less British voiced, a bit more muscular sounding. I'm going to start with the boost off and the bright switch in the middle, so disengaged. I'll flick that bright switch up in a minute. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the gain up a little bit. Already we can hear that there's just really great saturation in this, in the drive of this. And it's also great to have the ability with the Tube Screamer style controls on the side to really saturate that further. So it can be a nice chordal heavy texture that can very easily with the boost tip into solo territory, and it can be a volume boost or it can just be a drive. Right now it's going to be a bit of both. There's going to be a bit of volume boost and some more gain going on. Let's check it out. Okay, let's dive into these cab sims. So, with the Friedman editor software, there are 18 total cab simulators, but right out of the box here, there are already 3 preset. So let's check out the ones here. Awesome. Great character, great articulation all around, just a really great response in the high gain stuff, but in this kind of slightly, breaking up like mid gain stuff, it feels very responsive and just very reactive to what I'm doing. It's awesome. Like I said, on the second channel, there is this 2-way gain switch. We've been on the up setting, the higher gain. Let's take it down to the lower gain setting, which is an 800 style. An important thing worth noting about all of the Friedman IR pedals, the IRJ, the IRD, and the IRX, is that you can take them direct in. Right now we are recording direct in, but there's an effects loop as well, so they can integrate perfectly with your effects pedals. As you can see from the size, they can fit very nicely among your pedals on a board. So it can really work well for home recording, studio recording, or on the road. You can also use the effects loop as a standalone preamp too. A lot of options, a lot of ways to route it, a lot of ways to use it for your creativity, which is what these things are here for. So this thing is awesome. There it is, the Friedman IRJ, the next in the series of IR pedals from Friedman. These things are awesome. Dual channel, tube preamp, integrate with your pedals, use at home, direct in recording, a preamp on your desk or on your pedal board. So many capabilities, so many different kinds of saturation, gain, cleans up nice, everything you want. Check it out. The Jake E. Lee Signature Friedman IRJ. You can find them on Reverb. Let us know how you feel about them. Cheers.